Welcome to another march. We're gonna load up this backpack and we're gonna go to the mountain from my neighborhood. Grateful, thankful for this food donation to the anonymous donors. Food security starts with our farmers. Food security starts with our farmers. I got one bag, a second bag, and a third bag. Noodles gonna slow cook in the coming days, maybe over the weekend, maybe tomorrow, because another storm is coming. And I got these. Three wafers, each $1, 175 grams, so I got 6 items. Well, the bag is now anywhere between 44 pounds and 66 pounds. Minimum 44 pounds, because I also got a bottle of water. I also got something else on the side, the seventh item. The seventh item being a can. So I got food, and I got my bottle of water, and I got a can. So this can a pound, black beans. All that mixed together, slow cooked as I love to cook them. Together, special. And for a specialty march. World Peace March as always for my anonymous sister friend in steel toe boots. We're going from my neighborhood right here, close to my dragon's lair. We're gonna go all the way to the mountain. Turn your heads left and right when you cross the street, of course, since due to the fact that, of course, there can be a malfunctioning brakes. The citizen driver might press the accelerator instead of the brake. So here we are in my neighborhood. Yeah, this bridge needs some rock and roll loving, and some rebuilding of this bridge is necessary, in my opinion, my estimation, as we go. Thank you, construction workers. Look at the cranes. That is a crane. Crane. I'm a fan of cranes. Welcome to the rock and roll march for this Tuesday. I'm gonna put my backpack on and saluting the construction workers. Hope each and every one of the construction workers across the collective North American civilization in Montreal, my city metropolis, Quebec, get home and there somebody washing their feet. If not, y'all can come to me. I can do a little bit of feet washing in between. For the farmers first, for the nurses first, second, then the whole other workers, general workers of the North American civilization, collective action by compassion by action. There we go. Oh, got the backpack. Let's put it on properly. See if we got the backpack. Yep. Installed. There we go. Somebody jogging. That's good for you. Jog. Super good. Always like to see you keeping fit and exercising and training. As exercising, training has been, is, and will be my medicine and type of choice. Here we go. On the rock and roll. Whoop. There goes. Somebody dropped a little bit of food there. Just guys go and got a little bit of a food drop. Where's the organic hummus? With expiry date. Is it closed? Is it the expiry date? Somebody dropped some food. Whatever it is, it's gonna be food, organic hummus, whatever the case may be. So we got it on the go as we go. Now, of course, try to be no food waste as we go. All the way to the mountain. On this special occasion, the march dedicated to those involved in the production and the distribution of food as we go to the mountain. Special World Peace March dedicated to farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. Go science today. Science special, of course, since I saw in the news that it was a new launch, part of the new Artemis space program, of course, for the ongoing space exploration, to explore space, and Artemis being the name of the goddess, and of course to explore space, and of course to go furthermore, to do more things, and to enjoy the things we do, and of course satellite telecommunication being a major part of everything that we do, and thing that we do as a collective civilization. Turn your heads left or right when we cross the street, super important. You never know, of course, that breaks my malfunction, and of course it can be, of course, a double citizen action, because together now, when I'm in the public, I have added responsibilities, duties, and obligations which I wouldn't have had in my past, or if I would have stayed at home in my underground loom office and temple in my dragon's lair, I wouldn't have had the same obligations I am now stepping, dependent as the artist, out in the public doing what I do, loving, when marching and rock and roll 24/7 for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, for the collective North American civilization on the march in my metropolis city, Montreal. Gonna switch to that French because we're in La Belle Province, and we gotta turn our heads left and right. Gotta turn our heads left and right, left and right, always turn that head left and right before you cross the street. It is something that of course I do advise and something that I do practice myself. So as for added security, the dimension of security in the public is all of course up to us individuals now to stay on the right side when I am here right in the public, because if I would have stayed home at my place, say, well, I stay home, I got no such responsibilities, but I do have some responsibilities, but not in the major part of the responsibilities that are under the normal course of life are not of course the responsibilities which of course I wouldn't have not had under another course of circumstances, and of course to rock and roll 24/7 in the Dragon's Lair when I step outside. So of course now in the public I got added responsibilities, duties and obligations which I wouldn't have not had under the normal course. If I would have stayed home, for example, I would have not had those further responsibilities which I now have in the public, in the public, and now I have those responsibilities and those duties and those obligations. So as I march to the mountain on these steel toes, I encourage you all to work out, to train and to exercise, and of course working out, training and exercising that I'm doing now. Steel toe boots has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, and always a reflection, always a meditation, always rock and roll for the farmers, nurses, butchers, firefighters, somebody. Saluting those firefighters since I almost died of COVID, February 2020. I live carpe diem it every day with gratitude. Y'all give me hope when I see working out, training, exercise. I want to hear more charity and focusing on solutions. I want to hear more of that gratitude on the radio, you know. I want to hear a little bit more gratitude on the radio, and encourage on the TV as well. And encouragement of citizens to work out, to train, and to exercise. Of course, working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and shall be my medicine and therapy of choice. And of course, as I go now, all the way to the mountain, to the mountain, under steel toes, rock and roll. Look at some fellow citizen jogging there. He's jogging, I'm jogging, they're jogging, we're jogging. Turn your heads left and right when you cross the street. Always important to check left and right, and fellow citizen there doing good. Gotta salute my fellow citizen who made an effort. See, pre-storm, storm's supposed to come tonight, so I see my fellow citizen jogging. Always gives me hope. Investing in the body, I've been of course investing in the body. My fitness journey started about 6 years ago when I was depressed and suicidal, and I crossed Canada coast to coast. I said, oh, so many things to live for, and of course that event in my life, crossing Canada coast to coast, of course made me so that I get out of depression. I said, so many things to do, so many things to enjoy, so many rock and roll songs to sing, so many steps to say, so many places just in Quebec, my province, that I haven't been to in North and the South, and of course in La Madeleine, and to do things and to see others grow, and to write children's books, poems, and sing a lot of that rock and roll. So I got out of depression 6 years ago, you know. So now I'm getting fit and I'm doing this work. It's, yeah, I'm working with a laptop, not the best way, but hey, I'm grateful for every day, and gratitude is super important. When I had COVID in February 2020, it's like death, pestilence, and disease, like pestilence, death, and disease, pestilence, and disease, and death. And here I am now rebirthing, and I want our rebirth together, the collective North American civilization, my brothers and sisters in the USA, that way. In the past lives, incarnations, I was born poor 77-6, so I served in the United States Army. So back then I served in the United States Army, and of course I was born twice in the USA, many past lives, many incarnations. Right here on this, let's take this back alley and put this on the road and clean this, and see we're gonna get a little bit of rock and roll with it, and see if we can get it on the go here with this alley, admiring. See, super beautiful. I take you to the neighborhoods of Montreal, and this is an alley that's beautiful done. Of course, there's other graffitis which my brothers and sisters, look, that's a beautiful mural. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We should not graffiti over it because this is already beautiful and it's nice, but of course see the leaves and all the, oh, there we got a butterfly. Look at that beautiful butterfly. So beautiful. It's a beautiful butterfly here, and Beautiful butterflies there. So very talented. I love this. It's very artistic. Of course, spray paint over, but that one, of course, was very well made. And of course, it's mindful to be mindful that some art is worth encouraging, and to have places allocated for those artists who are able to make such beautiful butterflies, for them, of course, to be encouraged and channeled their creativity. And of course, super important to channel the aggression. Brothers and sisters, I do have aggression myself, but I channel it. I work out, I train, I exercise. I work out, I train, I exercise, I work out. I train and I exercise. I work out, I train, I exercise. I admit it, being androgynous, pansexual, Asperger's with amnesia who has aggression. Super important to channel the aggression, right? Because if we admit that we have it, then we work on it. You know, I've been admitting my being an Asperger's part of the tiny minority I am. Less than 1 out of 300. Less than 44. Less than 0.44%. Less than half of a percentage. Less than 1%. Less than half of a percentage. So 0.44 in 2020 was the population, of course, who has Asperger's. 0.44%. So not even half of a percent, less than 1%. So that's all like less, maybe not even 1 out of 100 who has Asperger's, right? Maybe not even 1 out of 100. So it's important to keep that in mind as I go rock and roll and be it for the farmers, for the butchers and the bakers, and be mindful and stand and know that, of course, civilization, brothers and sisters, is a privilege. You know, as I go snake all the way to the mountain now, it's important to keep in mind that civilization is a privilege. You know, civilization is a privilege, and hopefully now somebody's hugging with consent, hug like you never hugged before. And you know, I died of COVID. I say I did die on this island. I'm being reborn on this island. Nothing that I want to go back to. And I have not only Asperger's, but a condition known as RA, retrograde amnesia. I cannot remember back in time. I've lost memory of my youth, adolescence, childhood. All I remember is moving from a place to a better place now. There was lots of mold. Where I used to live, there was a lot of mold. Where I used to live, there was lots of mold. Where I used to live, there was lots of mold, M-O-L-D. So that's probably what caused my amnesia. It's usually caused by trauma. And I don't know if I had trauma, but of course I did write something about surviving a black sword in the head, black sword to the head, black sword to the head. But now I'm building a new sword, S-W-O-R-D, a new sword, and that sword comes, and it's gonna be black and white snakes, 2 snakes, one black, one white, with rainbow tongues, both with a rainbow tongue, and of course kissing, and the handle, that's the handle, and that I will, and of course to have the rainbow tongues, and of course to be made of the like red, you know, red, which is of course a shade of scarlet. Scarlet is a shade of red, basically. So we're just gonna feel a little bit here, and as we go zigzagging all the way, we're gonna zigzag our way, but just gonna stop a little bit, get the backpack, check something. And we're gonna rock and roll some more all the way. Now I'm on a public bench here. On the public bench, I stopped a little bit. I don't want to stop too long, but I'm on a public bench just because I want to rearrange it. Of course. Gotta salute our brothers and sisters in the uniform. Gotta be careful, you know, because tough times, and somebody got a rock and roll for them. I got a few French, mostly French, rock and roll songs for our public security workers, and of course, I'm advocating for the creation of the Dragon Army based on my initiatives as I rock and roll 24/7 as I go on the road, and we go all the way to the mountain on these steel-toe boots. Grateful, thankful, once again, grateful, thankful. Oh, somebody lost a bag full of money, $1 million. So of course, not really a bag with money. It's of course just the money imprinted on it. But what is money? Money is to buy, sell, of course, buy, sell, whatever the case may be. And of course, it's for us to enable us to conduct business. And there we go. Gonna go here. Now it's time to cross the street. Gotta salute the garbage collectors, the public workers, public workers, public workers, public workers. On the road. We got 15 seconds. We got plenty of time. See? Got 11 seconds. Have plenty of time. But here's a one-way, so I gotta wait. I gotta salute the ambulance drivers. Gotta salute those, of course, those who involved in the production and the distribution, and of course who pick up the garbage, the compost, the recycling. 3 services in my neighborhood: recycling, garbage, and compost. I gotta thank them a little bit. Gotta salute them, and of course thank you for the service. And we gotta cross the street, say hello, and thank you. Thank you today. Good job for the job. You know, this is all public works. For us to have the cities clean, the streets clean, we gotta salute them for they pick up the garbage. So gonna include them in my march to the mountain, thinking about them. And I was there today going, and they need hugs. I got hugs. It goes for the garbage collected, public city sanitation workers. I got rock and roll for those in those big trucks. On the big trucks. Otherwise our city wouldn't be that clean, eh? And you know, I bet I get dirty, but I get back clean, especially when I rock and roll. Rock and roll 24/7 for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. And of course, I'm going on the road now. What time it is? It is 3:03. 3:03. Gotta turn my heads left and right when I cross the street. And here, of course, be careful because, of course, there's cars, and careful when they cross the street. I gotta look out for, consider them my children. I don't have many of my own, but I gotta look out for my youth, my eyes on the youth like a hawk, for their joy, security. My eyes on my youth like a hawk. Eyes on my youth like a hawk. Children of the empire salute. And of course, super important for safety and security of citizens. We got responsibilities, and you know, my children here, my family, Quebec, Canada, North America, you know, it's my Quebecer family, North American family, and gotta go all the way to the top. And we're gonna go to the mountain. I'm gonna put these gloves because it's a bit chilly. Bit on the chilly side, snowy side. Started snowing a little bit, but I think if I keep the camera like this, it will not be and I think snowstorm started, so you know I can't film much because this is my work too, so I'm not gonna be able to film much. Or maybe my trip to the mountain, but nonetheless, if I keep it like this, maybe that's gonna block the snow, because I think the storm is starting now, a snowstorm. But I will nonetheless go all the way to the mountain, but I might not continue filming due to the weather conditions. I might still go to the top. Nonetheless, I will go to the mountain and back, but I might not continue filming. And again, all these is the public works. Gotta be mindful that civilization is a privilege. And as I go on the march now, for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, firefighters, some salute, and always put over the gratitude for everything that I have, myself included. Today, January, rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. Rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and I got that donations, as you saw me when I lifted up the bag. So food security, my brothers and sisters, it starts as I go on these steel-toe boots. It starts with our It starts with our farmers in the farms and the food producers, and I'm a pro labor and love universal revolutionary centrist, you know, who gives my YouTube channel raw, and I go, you know, unscripted mostly, and especially when I rock and roll freestyle way, and I like to keep it free, but I also have a discipline, and especially when I work out, train, exercise, and just gonna get out of the way for fellow citizen there, so good for us. So we're gonna go all the way up, and of course I'm gonna encourage. So I got out of the way for my fellow citizen who was on the phone, and I'm mindful that I have to stay on the right side. It's like everybody when we go in the public, right? So we got to stay on the right side and turn our heads left and right, even if they have a stop. See, there's a stop sign there, but you never know. The car might not stop. The citizen driver might press the accelerator and not the brake, and of course it might happen that of course the citizen presses the accelerator instead of the brake. So you gotta double check, make sure it's secure, safe, and of course brakes might malfunction. It's possibility. The possibilities that the brakes malfunction can happen. That's also a possibility which we gotta be mindful of, that the brakes can potentially malfunction, right? So that's a possibility. There's other possibilities, as now you see the snowstorm starting, and storm or rain or whatever. I go to the mountain 24, not every day, almost. Sometimes I skip. See here, they got to stop there, but there's no stop sign. So that's south, that's north, that's east, east, east. In the back of me is the west. So there's no stop sign from east to west. The stop sign is only from the south to north. So that could be added danger, right? If it's not on both sides, it can be an added dimension of danger at an intersection if there's not 4 stop signs on each side. Simple. Sometimes you gotta break it down to simple things, and oh, I really love the colors on that. You know me, I love colors. Orange and red, my favorite. And I always like to see decorations, regardless of what they be. If they have color, I like them in a non-sectarian manner, of course. Being a mystic, encourage you all to work out, train, exercise. And, yep. The snowstorm started exactly at 3 o'clock, interestingly enough. The snowstorm started exactly at 3 o'clock. Interestingly enough, the snowstorm started exactly at 3 o'clock. That's north. So that's north, that's south. Now I'm heading east. When I go to the mountain, I'm heading east. When I'm coming back, I'm coming west, right? So I'm wearing that red, maybe Dragon Army potential, and red's my favorite color. I'm auctioning this red scarf for $1 million to give half to my anonymous sister. And these steel toe boots, everything that I'm wearing, this I've been having for since I moved. I know I had it, maybe I bought it secondhand or I received it as a gift. I really don't know. Hey, thanks for wearing that red. See, encouraging people to work out, train, exercise. And so I'm going to the mountain, rock and roll. We're gonna rock and roll as we go, and gonna be mindful here. Oh, now I gotta cross the street. Yeah, see, I crossed the street properly. Cross the street properly. I gotta be mindful, and I encourage you to work out, train, exercise, and you know, having survived COVID, it's gonna be 4 years, amazingly enough. February, end of January, it's like death, pestilence, and disease. I say in many ways I did die, and as I'm being reborn during this COVID, and now COVID is back, so we gotta added responsibilities for public hygiene. So please increase in public hygiene. I open, disinfect my hands, you know, disinfect the hands, of course, because I touch stuff, and I open carry it with me, as you see in many videos. Yours truly, who gets the countdown to rub those hands with the disinfectant, which I carry with me, and it's super important in the public. And that's gonna go now. Rock and roll. Ready for some good rock and roll? Rock and roll for the truckers on the road, for the nurses. Wall Street buying and that selling. Give some charity, please. Billionaires. Tough economic times for many, and there's no other way now but my DRT theory, with all the imperfections, the flaws that I do have, and you know, being androgynous, pansexual, another minority, not being an Aspie only, but being androgynous, another minority, and thinking about the snow removal operations yesterday, because the march was for those who did the snow removal, and now the roads are clean. See, it's clean roads. They cleaned it here, see? They cleaned it, so I gotta salute those who did the work, so that my march to the mountain is safer, because brothers and sisters, civilization is a privilege, you know? We gotta get that philosophy, gotta get that theory, but it takes doing as well. It takes doing as well. No? It takes doing as well. You know, I can talk about forever, see? Forever about doing things, but if I don't do it, and again, your fitness journey begins, commences, starts today. Now, if I don't do it, it's got to be done. If I say work out, and if I don't do it, then I just discuss. I don't put it into practice. That's why my Trinity of theories, you got to put into practice. And I discussed that the DRT is the only solution at the moment. I mean it, but it's got to be applied. Look at that big tree. Big tree there. You know, the DRT theory is the only way out of the financial situation which both the public, paradoxically, the public and the private find ourselves in now. I'm speaking ourselves because we're on this together in many fronts, not all. We're on this together on many fronts, not all. We're on this together in many fronts, not all. But of course, when we go about it, we say that we got to get that balance, that harmony. And if we're going to have redemption, it's got to be with some love. Love is also action, right? Think about the highways now. On the highways, truckers roll. Thank you for the deliveries of the goods and from the soul. The deliveries of the goods. Goods are being delivered. Sandwiches, bread, hummus, all the goods, all the clothing across Mexico, Canada, US, across what I call as a philosopher, the North American collective civilization, or the complex of North American civilization, or the North American civilizational complex, right? We can go all the way to Mexico by the highways. See, doing a meditation now on the truckers. How many trucks? Going with, of course, potatoes, going with bacon, going with lettuce, with beans, buying, selling futures options, puts on the stock market. Wall Street gives some charity, give 10% of $1 million. If you make $1 million, may give 10%, that's 100,000, 100,000, 100,000. Give 100,000, give 100,000, that's 10%. That is what it is, 10% of $1 million. That's 10%, that's 100,000, that's what it is. 10%, not asking for much. Look at the Hydro-Quebec. Down I see the Hydro-Quebec truck. I always cheer them up. Hey, Hydro-Quebec. Now mentioning, saw the truck. How many truckers are Hydro-Quebec on the roads now? Maybe 156, 333, 718. I just saw one I'm saluting, gonna meditate about the work that he's doing. Because I'm working now as an independent artist, athlete, philosopher, people's artist, people's athlete, presents to the table the Trinity of theories, and who's not perfect, greater's dancer. And my rock and roll for the firefighters. See the firefighters here, they gotta get back home safe. Somebody make them some good hugging, make them some good loving, some good rock and roll, give them a good hug, and give them something to the firefighters. And Hydro-Quebec workers, of course, thanks to Hydro-Quebec workers of the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, who built those dams across the province. We got a new one open about 3 months ago. It's called the Laromen Complex. So of course we got that electricity. Of course, I'm doing the work with the electricity now. This work is due to the Hydro-Quebec workers, which is clean, zero pollution energy, which of course does not pollute at all. It's clean, well, relatively 99, 93+%, but it's clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy nonetheless. You know, hydro is from the water, from the dam, from the water, so we gotta do a meditation about it as I go to the mountain. And what are they doing now? They're going to change, maybe assisting somewhere where there's no electricity, you know, and doing X, Y, Z. So we go 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Made it just in time, see? You turn yellow. I made it just in time, Sometimes better late than never. I'm working on procrastination, you know, sometimes I am a mess. I mean, I'm no longer depressed and suicidal. It's been more than 6 years now. It's been more than 6 years that I conquered my depression and being suicidal. It's been more than 6 years that I conquered my being depressed and suicidal. And I assume and I speak openly about who I am, also in a psychological manner, from what I know from the past years, because having amnesia, don't ask me about high school and high school. Don't ask me about high school. Don't ask me about high school. Turn your heads left or right when you cross the street for either safety and like childhood and stuff like that. Because I don't know much, but what I've written, but I know my work. This as an independent that I did as an independent philosopher, artist, athlete, geopolitical analyst, and theorist. All the work that I did as a philosopher. Look at this beauty. I gotta take a picture. Wow, it's so beautiful, just almost unreally beautiful. So gorgeous. That brings me some joy, man. Absolutely beautiful. That is amazing. That's amazing. Just wow. So big, so majestic. And the color was just like a gray, almost like it was not real, like made like artistically. That was just one of the most beautiful I saw yet. Turn our heads left and right. See, of course, because you never know, eh? Brakes, black ice, black ice, black ice. Might come by that side, because that intersection doesn't have all the stops. Oh, seems like the snowstorm will be delayed. But it's supposed to start after 7. Should be back by 7 p.m. Watch a movie, eat some pizza. So we're gonna go up and down and rock and roll, and just gonna put my backpack and adjust my backpack and bring down because it's kind of chilly. It's supposed to be -6. Oh. It wasn't me, it wasn't the fellow citizen who crossed, but the other car humped the other car, because there's a stop sign on every side here. So I think he went a little bit fast with the stop, but so the other car honked the other car because I stopped, and the other citizen also stopped because there was another citizen coming my way crossing. So but the other, I think from what happened, it didn't give him priority because it was his time to turn to the left. But again, there's a doubt, but there wasn't no accident. But in case of an accident, there would have been maybe. From the angle, it was a bit hard to tell. I gotta say, from the angle, it was a bit hard to say. From the angle, was a bit hard to say, you know. But nonetheless, it was prevented. So that's the important thing. Is my brothers and sisters, we gotta prevent World War III. Although I predicted the situation, which is unfolding now, I predicted it back in October 2019. I predicted it back in October 2019. The situation where we are now, of course, and the fact that we are headed towards potential World War III conflict. Some say World War III is actually now it's happening, but I predicted it back in 2019, paradoxically, as an independent fitness captain in parallel to being a geopolitical analyst and theorist. So for years, one of my obsessions is, and still is today, not just rock and roll, amateur rock and roll philosopher, but nonetheless geopolitics. You know, Aspies, people with Asperger's like myself, we have obsessions. And one of my obsessions is, and yes, we might have ritualized gestures, like one of my Aspie gestures, sometimes I pass the cup before I drink it to the left hand, to the right hand, and then again to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and then with the hand I might do ritualized like gestures, or the movements of the body. Sometimes they seem like they're type of ritualized, type of situational, like type of ritual movements that seem ritualistic, not necessarily tics, but that seem of course ritualistic, and that seem to be in, of course, in a manner that of course are kind of like a semi-ritual a performance of a ritual. So now is my place to cross because it's red on the north and the south. Although that's how you gotta check. See, if that is not functioning, you check the other ones. The adjacent, right? And yes, like many Aspies, I also have the symptoms of inspecting things close to the eye. So I might bring something like when I purchased something earlier, $1 wafers for my return feast. $1 wafers, 175 grams, very good. And of course, super good wafers. $1, 175 grams. I got 3 for $3 because that's what I had left. And of course, I'm gonna eat them later on after my march. It's gonna be my little reward, but I'm not gonna eat them all 3. I'm gonna probably just have one. Probably just gonna have 1 or 2 of them max because they're filling, you know. Hazelnuts wafers, so good. Best hazelnut wafers, of course, are the ones that I like. Hazelnut wafers are the ones that I love, and I gotta give a little bit of shout out. That's a bear, man. Hey, that's nice. I like the color red, my favorite anyway, so hey, that's big. I like it. I like it as fact in January. By February, of course, they're gonna start seeing less and less, although some people already take them off, but I do like it. So here we are, January 9th. Storm has been delayed as I march, and again I want to discuss now my geopolitical analysis. Look at that. This goes down because I'm on Westmount now, right? So now I'm on one of the 3 peaks, which is called Westmount, right? So at the moment I'm in Westmount, going towards Outremont and going towards Mount Royal, because Mount Royal proper has 3 summits, 3 peaks, 3 summits, 3 peaks, 3 peaks, 3 summits. And of course, one is Mount Royal proper, other one is Outremont, and this one is, well, Westmount, Outremont, and Mount Royal. 3 peaks. One is there, one is here, one is there. It's like in the heart of the center, south, heart of the island. And of course, heart of the island, and here I am at the heart of the island on the mountain. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid. Grateful, thankful that my electricity bill's paid. Grateful, thankful that I got food and coffee. And I encourage you all to work out, train, exercise. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and shall be my medicine and therapy of choice. At the corner of Victoria Cut, Saint Antoine. Yeah, they have to stop, so I have to be given priority. Thank you, I appreciate it. Because I got there first. Although I look and I check, and they did a hand sign and did a nod with the head, because I gotta double check. Because sometimes they don't look to the left or to the right? So when we drive, us pedestrians and the drivers, we gotta be in harmony and equilibrium and in security, right? My security, their security, both the pedestrians and the drivers. But of course it's different. It's different when you're a driver because you're in a car. So at the end of the day, the cars might be $1 million car, and you know I like my Cadillacs, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, my brothers and sisters, gets us from point A to point B, and it's metal on wheel. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Wow, so long, so majestic. Look at that. So here I am turning my head left and right 3 times, left and right, left and right. That's it. For added security dimension, at least minimum once, preferably 2, or even better 3 times. Look at that big one. It's a big cedar, big cedar. You know, in Westmount there to grow different trees up in the road. Beautiful, they see the road. So we're going all the way to the Belvedere, to the mountain. It is currently 3:25 p.m. and pre-storm. It started a little bit of storm, and grateful, thankful. Rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food, and I'm going, of course, all the way to the top, and imagining and meditating, and gonna discuss my philosophies, and of course gonna discuss my scenario, World War III scenario now. So back in time, we're gonna go a little bit back to, we're gonna go turn my head left and right, left and right, left and right when you cross the street. So we're gonna go back to October 2019. So back in October 2019, yours truly independent Aspie artist, athlete, philosopher who, like many Aspies, has obsessions. And when I discuss those things, I'm very intense, very focused. And one of my obsessions has been, of course, geopolitics. Geopolitics is and has been my obsession. So I've studied, I've learned geopolitical analysis and the study of geopolitics and civilizations and geopolitics, and of course, whatever the case may be, and geopolitics, civilizations, and of course, I like my sports. Dancing is my favorite sport, and of course, the fourth dimension to that trinity is, of course, rock and roll. So yours truly, as I go down to the mountain, we're gonna be on the mountain. We're gonna turn our heads left to right. Make sure I get priority, which I did, and I'm gonna go to the top and discuss my World War III scenario, which of course have made back in 2019. So go back in time. Back in 2019, yours truly made, created, and produced, made an analysis. Back in 2019, made an analysis, in-depth analysis, analyzed different geopolitical events, took major ones into consideration, such as those, of course, who have made the US-China trade war, started in 2018 by Trump, the Trump administration, which began by imposing tariffs on China. So the trade war, US-China trade war, began in 2018. So that was a major event. Another event was the geopolitical stalemates that were still happening. So I had made an analysis, and in October 2019 had come to the conclusion that humanity is again set towards the course towards an international conflagration, aka World War III. So back then, made, created, and designed that World War III scenario. Back then had concluded, said that humanity is again set on a course towards an international conflagration, and so made, create, and design my World War III scenario to go hand in hand with such a geopolitical event. Oh, snowstorm is starting again.
What's that? Or the new one?
Somebody left a glove there. I see. You can see part of the city. So now I'm in Westmount, part of the city. Wow, look at that. It looks like it's gonna snow a lot. So much snow, man. And somebody's, of course, doing some snow activities, and gotta look out for my fellow children and who pass there, and the streets. Gotta stay to the right. Right, so now I'm driving it, and I'm staying to my right side, just like driving. And of course, I admire. See here, snowstorm seems to have beginning again. The snowstorm seems to be on the way again, so we're gonna go by the side. Let's go by the side and drive it in by that side here. We're gonna go to the mountain like that. So we're on Westmount, we're in Westmount, and of course we're gonna go all the way to the top there, as we go, and like to go there. And you know, we Aspies like to have things which we regularly do, and you know, fitness is one of my obsessions. So I love to work out, train, exercise. As you can see, hundreds of my workout videos, me losing weight, sometimes raw, is my workout training program that I've created, of course, back in 2019, is made, created, and designed to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. Back then, of course, had concluded, and I've said, humanity, we have not been able to reconcile our civilizational, cultural, spiritual, religious, psychological different tendencies and differences, and we are set again towards an international conflagration. And so I've created a workout training program system to go hand in hand with such an event. In other words, a World War III event, and of course to go hand in hand with it. that's how I made it and created and produced it and designed it, and of course have also situationally made and workout training program system to go hand in hand with such an event, such a scenario. In other words, a World War III scenario, brothers and sisters, a World War III scenario, which according to many it is perhaps unfolding at the moment in time. According to many it is perhaps unfolding at this point in time. Oh, somebody's skating there. Nice skate, do some more. I love it when I see some winter sports. I love hiking. I'm going in steel toe boots. I love the snow. I love winter, and well, it's kind of cool that the youth are taking advantage of doing that. So, saluting the youth. Yeah, good for you. Get out in the snow. It's good, and have fun with the board and have fun in a safe way. That's always fun. Always like fun activities, and working out, marching to the mountain, for me, rock and roll, it's fun. I love things that are fun. Dancing is my favorite sport, you already know, and I don't mind snow, I don't mind the storm, although now it's starting to snow again. And I just gotta be careful that my laptop, because this is my work tool, not gets damaged, you know, because it's snowing, and so somebody gonna pick that up. And and yeah, I feel great. I feel super good, always good when I work out, train, exercise, and you know, I have conquered depression and being suicidal, and I want to see my Trinity theories being implemented. I want to have support with my dream, and my dream is, of course, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom manifesting. Of course, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom manifesting my dream for a public-private partnership across the collective North American civilization, across North America, right? Across North America. Across North America, or across the collective North American civilizational complex, of course, for everything that we do, and of course to be mindful that civilization is a privilege, because my brothers and sisters, it is. And anyways, I'm gonna discuss now back to my World War III scenario. So back then, right? So snowstorm started. Oh yeah, now it's starting. Now the storm started, but maybe it will die down again. But now it's pretty intense. So again, it's 3:33. See here, there's a stop sign there, but that car potentially, if the brakes malfunction, and that's a little bit dense, it's like a little valley. See that there? But if the brakes malfunction, that's a dangerous corner. If the citizen presses the accelerator instead of the brake, that's a very dangerous corner, although there is stops on both sides. So that's an area, see, I'm assessing as a citizen based on my own knowledge, information. I always like questions and details, and so many things I don't know, and so many things I am, of course, aware of, and so many things that I do like to meditate upon and be mindful, of course, that civilization is a privilege, and that every day is a blessing, really. And our bodies, our health, it's important to invest in the body, investing by working out, training, exercising, staying fit. Hello dog, see somebody jogging, fellow citizen, jog, and with the dog I just move a little bit, depending on if they're poodles, not, but if there are other types of dogs, I tend to move a little bit away due to the fact that I do have allergic reactions to some types of dogs. I do have allergic reactions to some types of dogs. I do have allergic reactions to some types of dogs. So depending on the fur size, if it's smaller, bigger, the thickness of it might, of course, make me sneeze. And, oh yeah, the snowstorm's definitely started now, as you can see, and I'm gonna hold the laptop like this, so I'm a bit shielded, and I think it's just gonna bounce in the back and gonna be protected by like that by it, but yeah. Gonna be protected by it like that, and it feels good. I always enjoy the weather conditions, and I don't mind, of course, snow. I don't mind storms. I don't mind lightning. And I don't mind winter. I'm a Quebecer, Canadian, North American. Many past lives, many incarnations, but this has been my home, is my home in this life and another life. And I've died here on the island. I'm being reborn on the island, and now it's gonna be that storm and get a little bit of a storm, and sometimes we gotta get that rainbow after the storm. So back to 2019, in October, I had made, created, and produced a workout training program system designed, made, produced, and created to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. Turn your heads left and right. See, that's a bit sliding. Now it can be tricky because with the storm and with the snow, of course, the cars, the brakes might be less effective, right? So now, in this condition, the brakes might be less effective, right? So in this condition, the brakes, I already noticed that when the driver tried to stop, I already noticed that the brakes were functioning less due to the weather conditions. So we gotta be careful on the roads, eh? Of course, I'm driving steel toe, so I'm good. And of course, I rock and roll 24/7. And of course, I go as I go, and we go to the mountain regardless storm, weather, and whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, we go southeast, west, north, south, and storms, lightning. Of course, we gotta be protected. So what I'm gonna do now, well, I'm gonna have to put a little bit of something on my backpack. So we're gonna drive it in a place where I'm able to do that. And I see that paradoxically, if I keep it like this, I don't get the snow on the laptop because the snow is coming mostly from like above, from the east. So if I move it constantly, notice that my laptop doesn't get snow on it, just a bit. It's a paradox, but I guess it's how I move and how I communicate maybe with nature, subconsciously, who knows. So many secrets, mysteries to the body, to the brain, to our connection with nature, which is God is God is God is Civilisation. Back to 2019 again. 2019, I had in October made an analysis, a geopolitical analysis, which had concluded. Back then, I've said that humanity were again set on a course towards an international conflagration, and so made, created, and produced a World War III scenario to go hand in hand with a situation that is happening now, to mirror the situation where we are now geopolitically. Who knows? Maybe as I'm doing this video, China invades Taiwan, and as I'm doing this video, march to the mountain, it's possible that China invades Taiwan, or the ROC. It's possible that China invades Taiwan or the ROC, the Republic of China, which is Taiwan, the island, and the mainland China is called People's Republic of China. So the People's Republic of China might invade the Republic of China, and their geopolitical tensions and potential for war goes back to the Chinese Civil War, right? It dates to the 20s and even earlier a bit, but it dates to that area, and to the rise of Mao Zedong, to the rise of Mao Zedong, to the rise of Mao Zedong, and the establishment of the People's Republic of China, which of course is by Mao Zedong, Mao Zedong, you know, who of course did everything that he did, and who established Marxist-Leninism system, communist, socialism with Chinese characteristics. And the Chinese, regardless of what we say, are building their what they call Chinese socialism with Chinese characteristics, and they're building their socialist spiritual communist civilization, and whatever that means from our understanding and how much we can fully understand. Myself being a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, you know, understanding can perhaps never fully be 100% as it would be the understanding of many my brothers and sisters in China, with whom I guess we gotta reconcile so that we avert war. But it is what it is today. So I'm a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, and born many past lives, many incarnations, and across the world from ancient Egypt till today. And I live a carpe diem since I died of COVID, and I'm hoping for world peace. I'm hopeful, but to reconcile our differences, you know, and channel the aggression which I have myself with sports, with fitness, with working out, with training, with love and understanding, because we cannot base our civilization just solely and only on force, solely and only on strength and violence and military force. We have to have understanding, we have to have love, we have to have some pleasure, the body, so we have to have some public, and we gotta have some private. Everything that I do is a public and a private partnership. A call for a public and a private partnership. Everything that I do is a call for a public-private partnership to support a dream. My dream manifesting for the regeneration of the collective North American civilization. Gotta be careful here. There's a stop on each corner, north, east, west, south. But I gotta turn my head left and right, and myself, I gotta be extra prudent now because I'm on steel toes. And of course I can slide, and of course I can go east, west, north, south. I can go east, west, north, south as I go all the way to the mountain. As I go all the way to the mountain, rock and roll 24/7. To the mountain for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors, and the grocery store clerks, for the butchers and the bakers, and the nurses and the doctors, and the grocery store clerks. We're going all the way to the mountain. And see, if I know anybody who deserves to live in these houses like this, well, it's my anonymous sister friend, greatest woman I know, who deserves to live in houses like this. And of course, to get that LOV, and I could of course have a house close by here, but I know somebody who deserves to be richer than Oprah 7 times, all the Kardashians put together 7 times, and all the 7 Kardashians 7 times together, my anonymous sister friend. And you know, she deserves to live in houses like this, which are of course multi-million-dollar houses in Westmount here. And whoop, I got that snow. See, it's snowstorm. See, I'm all covered in snow. Rock and roll 24/7 snowstorm. Dragon Army workouts, World War III scenarios, blah blah blah. Give me some push-ups, hog squats, and with consent and hygiene, hug like you never hugged before is the message. Thank you to the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production and the distribution of food. All involved in the production and the distribution of food. We go. Gotta be careful here, extra careful. That of course, we do not slip and slide as we go all the way to the mountain. That feels so good. Here we are, the crows. There they are, the crows. I knew it. I was hoping. The crows, my legions, the crows on the road. Crows on the road. Legions on the road. Legions on the road we go. And they're the ones who cheer me on. I'm happy double now. I saw my crows pledge your allegiance, legions. All my allies and armies pledge your allegiance, legions, thou art de facto family. All my allies and armies pledge your allegiance, legions. Thou art de facto family, all my allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions, thou art de facto family as we go all the way to the mountain. Look at that beauty. So again, back in 2019, I had created, made, and produced a workout training program system designed, made to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. And I'm advocating that the Canadian Armed Forces, NATO forces, NATO troops start doing it as early as age 7. As early as age 7, as early as age 7. So as early as age 7. Super important to do it as early as age 7. Super important as age 7. Super important to do it and to work out and to train and to exercise, and of course to have a fitness program for the youth, for the bakers, for the farmers, for the youth in the high schools as early as 7 years of age. One can of course implement it and try to implement it, and of course try to work out, train, exercise, and to implement my workout training program system, which requires no equipment, which is easy. Well, not easy in that sense. It is that it doesn't require equipment, and it doesn't require equipment. It does not require a gymnasium. And of course, as I go up, and of course you see that, that's a beautiful one. Isn't that beautiful? Here's the same page. And for the and we're going all the way to the mountain, passing by Ramsey. Grateful, thankful that rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, rock and roll. For the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors. There we go. There we go. Crows. The crows. My legions, the crows. They're going to the mountain. My legions, the crows. They're going to the mountain. Feels good. My crows, the legions, going to the mountain. We're gonna go into the highway. We're gonna go it all the way on this snowy day. All the way on this snowy day to the mountain again, and discuss the DRT theory. DRT theory stands for debt refusion theory. The debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE is what yours truly calls for. The implementation of my Trinity of theories, and of course the CIT, citizen integration theory, the DRT, the democratic fusion theory. So I'm gonna now discuss, of course, the theory known as the DRT, my brothers and sisters. There's no other way but the DRT for the creation of what I call the universal exchange unit. The universal exchange unit, the universal exchange unit. So the DRT, taking all public and private debt, refuse it. Is whatever the number is, it's gonna have to be refused. So do the refusion, meaning that we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, and we're gonna do a conversion of the public debt of Canada. The public debt of Canada, public debt of my debt is 10,500. So all the Canadian debt, all the North American debt, US, Canada, Mexico, Haiti the Gourd, and all throughout the collective North American civilization, and to do the refusion. So added up, my debt 10,500, added up of course with the other debt, and all the debts of course which exist in the world. Haiti and all the Mexican debt is in the pesos, right? Mexico is in the pesos. Gotta be careful when you cross the street, it's red. Mexico debt is in the pesos. The Canadian debt is in, of course, Canadian dollars is still the United States. Dollars are still the international currency of choice for world trade, global commerce, and international finance. Do a refusion. So taking all the debt, the public and the private debt, do a conversion to the United States currency of all Canadian debt, Mexican debt, and of course the Haitian debt, all the debt. My debt is about 10,500. The public and the private debt, so both the public and the private debt, and of course do a refusion, convert the Canadian dollar debt to the Mexican peso, do the conversion of course to the US dollars. So all the debt, Canadian debt, to the United States dollars, and do like they did in the European Union, since due to the fact that my theory, of course, includes what's called the debt refusion theory. The DRT includes what's called monetary integration, right? So my theory includes what's called monetary integration, right? Hey!
How are you doing?
Doing. You? Alrighty. That's my neighbor. thanks for saying hello, and we're gonna go all the way to the top, and we're gonna go to do and do. Thank you for waving, and I want to stop too much. It's in the storm. It was busy maybe with, I don't know, XYZ, and I'd like to speculate, but thank you for noticing and saying my neighbor there says to do, and we're going all the way to the top of the mountain, and we go rock and roll, and we go to the mountain, and we go all the way. We are at the base of the mountain. The base of the mountain here, we rock and roll 24/7. At the base of the mountain we have arrived. It's 3:51, so we're gonna go all the way to the top, and we're gonna of course go inside, and we're gonna go inside and go where we're gonna go work out, because if we go to the top in this manner we won't be able to make it back in time, and we gotta be back by 6:15, 6:30, so we're gonna go all the way to the top. But we're gonna go where the house is, so we can do a little bit of workout there and fitness, and of course I'm gonna, so I don't damage my laptop, my work tool, because this is the only work tool I got at the moment. That and my cell phone is not able to make these long videos. Gotta get that slide, man. See, the car's now having a trouble sliding because it's, of course, yes, the brakes, so how the brakes are, and it's weather conditions are dangerous, so the brakes sometimes malfunction, and then the citizen might press the accelerator and not the brake, and see, the weather conditions, depending on what type of wheels they have, might not fully function at the moment, right? So because of the weather condition and the weather pattern, you might have an added increase for security, right? So see, the cars are not driving safely now. See, when they stop, they're sliding, right? So its weather conditions are severe, so you gotta watch out on the roads. I'm on steel toe boots, I'm good. So we're going all the way to the top. All the way to the top. All the way to the top in these steel toes we go. At the mountain we made it. Thank you, public workers, butchers, bakers. Anybody want to finance that I go up and down these stairs 300 times up and down with rock and roll. We're gonna switch it to that French, because we're in la belle province. Bienvenue, me suis rendu sur le Mont-Royal à 66 minutes et 44 secondes. Quelqu'un qui veut financer, que je descends puis je monte ces escaliers 300 fois. Je descends puis je monte sur les escaliers 300 fois. Je descends puis je monte sur les escaliers 300 fois. Je descends puis je monte sur les escaliers avec du rock'n'roll. Bienvenue à une autre session. Deuxième semaine, mardi, deuxième mardi de 2024. Ah, ça fait du bien. Je vous encourage. Tout c'est tout à faire l'entraînement physique, et comme vous voyez, la tempête, une autre tempête, deuxième en moins de 72 heures. Hey, ça fait la deuxième tempête de neige de 2024. Mais votre dragon arc-en-ciel, quand il neige, quand il mouille, quand il y a la tonnerre, et quand il y a bien sûr une tempête, ça me dérange pas. Je suis québécois, canadien, nord-américain dans cette vie, puis dans une autre des incarnations sur la montagne. Je vous encourage à faire de l'exercice physique. Votre conditionnement physique commence dès aujourd'hui, dès maintenant, avec une marche, avec des pompes, avec de la boxe, avec la danse. La danse est mon sport préféré, que je préfère, et je m'en vais vers le haut et vers le bas, sur la montagne, en bas de Cap d'Acier pour aujourd'hui spécial. Comme je dédie toutes mes sessions d'entraînement physique, et comme bien sûr la dédication de plusieurs entraînements physiques se font bien sûr comme aujourd'hui. Oh, quelqu'un fait du ski. Faites bien. Ah oui, j'aime savoir le monde qui font de l'entraînement physique. Ça me rend plaisir, puis je dois remercier ici les travailleurs publics qui ont passé puis qui ont fait le nettoyage. Parce que vous voyez, mes chers, on est en public. Oui, c'est ma deuxième maison, mais c'est pas juste la mienne. C'est pas juste ma montagne. C'est la mienne, la vôtre, la nôtre, la tienne, la nôtre. C'est public. Ça nous appartient. Et donc, à cette botte de marche de Cap d'Acier, je m'en vais pour faire de l'entraînement physique. Puis j'apprécie le fait que les travailleurs publics ils ont fait le déneigement ici. Les travailleurs publics ils ont fait le déneigement ici. Les travailleurs publics Ils ont fait le déneigement ici, comme ça qu'on puisse le voir, salut. Comment qu'on puisse le voir. Puis bien sûr, merci que Discretion qui me fait un beau sourire, dit bonjour, puis il me voit et dit, il chante quoi? Qu'est-ce qu'il chante? En quelle langue? En français puis en anglais. Comme Céline, j'ai pas son numéro, sa colline. Et regarde les arbres dans les airs, que ça fasse, sans gêne, sans misère. C'est la montagne et regarde, par la gauche puis par la droite, avec une chanson. Et les citoyens qui font du ski, je les encourage aujourd'hui. Les citoyens qui font du ski, je les encourage aujourd'hui. Allez du ski. Ils font du ski sur le Mont-Royal, dans la neige. Ils font du ski et je chante une chanson pour ceux qui dansent, pour ceux qui s'aiment, pour ceux qui fassent une tourtière avec du lait, avec du miel, hein, s'il vous plaît, et ça fait du ski. Chez nous, on danse même l'hiver, ça fait du ski. Je veux savoir, les skieurs. Faites bien, vous faites bien. Vous faites bien, mes chers, continuez. Ne lâchez pas. Ah ouais, faites du patinage. Patinez, bien allez. Faites du patinage. Que ça soit, sinon, parlez pas d'amour, je veux rien savoir, je vous entends pas. Parlez pas d'amour, de l'entraînement physique, de la gratitude, de bâtir plus de centrales, la santé publique, le rock&roll, la poésie. Je veux rien savoir, je vous entends pas. Hein? Vous me parlez d'autre chose, je vous entends pas. Vous me parlez pas d'amour, vous me parlez pas de gratitude, de bâtir d'autres centrales, de reconstruire l'Amérique du Nord, la sécurité de côte à côte, l'amour, l'entraînement physique, le nettoyage en public. Et puis oui, chez nous aussi j'ai fait du nettoyage, j'ai fait mon bol aussi. Là. J'ai du travail à faire sur moi-même, puis oui, j'étais toxique, j'étais en dépression, puis suicidaire, mais là, 6 ans, quand j'ai traversé le Canada de côte à côte, je suis sorti d'être suicidaire, j'ai arrêté d'être suicidaire, puis j'ai sorti de ma dépression, parce que quand j'ai dit, tellement des choses, tu sais, que je vois au Canada, du Canada, ici, chez nous, au Québec. Traverser le Québec, bien de villes, bien de choses à écrire, des poèmes, écrire des livres d'enfants, puis faire de la danse. Puis j'ai sorti de la dépression, j'ai conquis être en dépression, puis être suicidaire, j'ai conquis la dépression, puis être suicidaire, j'ai conquis la dépression, puis être suicidaire, et voilà. Mon travail indépendant en tant qu'artiste, athlète indépendant, mais pas d'argent. Je tentais 10 500, mais la gratitude, j'ai payé mon loyer est payé, ma facture d'électricité est payée, puis j'ai de la nourriture, puis du café. La nourriture, j'en ai, du café, j'en ai, puis bien sûr, je suis pas parfait, mais je suis un philosophe, arc-en-ciel, dragon arc-en-ciel, avec les théories puis les philosophies, puis les propos à table, puis je fais la fondation de l'Empire pour l'Union de l'Amérique du Nord, premièrement avec des bisous. Des milliards de bisous, milliards de câlins, milliards de chatouilles pour l'armée du dragon et la déesse qui danse. Je vous invite à soutenir mon rêve qui se manifeste comme le royaume du dragon et de la déesse qui danse. Aujourd'hui sur le Mont-Royal, le 9 janvier, cette tempête de neige, je m'en vais dans la maison là-bas pour être protégé parce que mon ordinateur portable avec lequel je filme, je veux pas qu'il y ait des dommages sur mon ordinateur portable parce que car c'est mon outil de travail, mes chers. Si vous voulez financer, blablabla, sinon je veux rien savoir, partenariat public-privé pour coopération. Pour le bien commun, pour la renaissance de ma renaissance, car je suis mort. La COVID, ça va faire bientôt 4 ans. En janvier, fin de janvier 2020 jusqu'au février, mi-février à peu près, j'étais mort. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. C'était comme la maladie, la pestilence puis la mort. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. J'étais en train de renaître. Rien que je veux retourner en arrière. Je vais pour aujourd'hui 4 diem avec l'espoir pour demain. Quand vous me donnez des câlins, des bisous, mais vous me donnez l'espoir. J'ai de l'espoir quand vous me donnez, quand je vous vois vous entraîner, vous tenir par la main, vous donner des bisous, des câlins, des chatouilles, ça me donne l'espoir. Puis j'ai l'espoir. surtout avec l'implémentation de ma trinité de théorie, parce que mes chers, vous qu'on est rendu du point de vue financier, il n'y a pas d'autre solution que la théorie de la refusion de la dette, que je vous en ai parlé, puis je vous en parle. Donc en résumé, hein, prendre toute la dette publique-privée, faire une refusion et faire comme qu'on fait en Europe avec l'euro. Faire une unité d'échange universelle qui va être équivalent avec le dollar canadien. Le dollar états-unien, je veux dire. Comme on va faire une conversion, on va prendre toute la dette. Ma dette, c'est à peu près 10 500. Donc ma dette, 10 500. Ma dette, c'est 10 500. Votre dette, ma dette, la tienne, la mienne, la nôtre, la vôtre. On va faire une refusion. On va faire une refusion, conversion, parce que le dollar états-unien, c'est encore la monnaie de change pour les échanges mondiaux universels, et bien sûr pour les échanges mondiaux universels, et bien sûr pas juste pour le commerce, mais les échanges internationaux, puis le commerce global, puis bien sûr du commerce international, puis bien sûr le commerce, puis les échanges mondiaux du monde, que ça fasse. Et bien sûr, aujourd'hui, avec la gratitude, mon loyer est payé, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, puis j'ai du café puis du thé, puis bien sûr, j'ai du café, du thé, puis du compostage. Puis bien sûr, en ayant du café puis du thé, puis bien sûr du compostage, puis en ayant du café puis du thé puis du compostage, puis bien sûr la gratitude pour que mon loyer est payé, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, puis j'ai la nourriture puis du café, donc la gratitude 24 sur 24, puis bien sûr avec les bottes de caplacier, on danse. Puis la danse, je suis le numéro 1, number one, il n'y a pas personne qui danse, avec la poésie ensemble, puis un petit peu de comédie. Mais mes chers Québécois et Québécoises, ma famille, des fois on était un peu dysfonctionnel, hein? Des fois on était un peu dysfonctionnel. Des fois on était un peu dysfonctionnel. Tu sais, des fois ça fonctionne mal, puis on n'est pas bien, mais des fois ça fait un peu des choses qui sont un peu dysfonctionnelles moi-même dans certaines choses. Mais là c'est la gratitude 24 sur 24, puis qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le monde? Je l'avais prévu. Paradoxe, avoir l'Asperger's, hein? J'ai des obsessions. Les obsessions que j'ai, c'est la géopolitique, l'analyse en géopolitique, l'analyse, les études de civilisation, de géopolitique, puis toutes sortes, bien sûr, d'affaires de sport. La danse est mon sport préféré, puis bien sûr, faire la randonnée comme je fais maintenant, que je vous encourage, c'est qu'est-ce que j'aime. Puis le rock&roll. Puis le rock&roll. Puis le rock&roll 24 sur 24 pour les fermiers, parce que la sécurité alimentaire commence dans nos fermes, pour les pompiers, les travailleurs en service public, les travailleurs de sécurité publique, les pompiers, les ambulanciers, les infirmières, s'il vous plaît, millionnaires, milliardaires. Ah ouais, ma Céline, je t'aime bien mes finances, les infirmières, les massages, finances aux infirmières, la belle province, puis public, dans le public. Finance-leur, s'il te plaît, un massage, ou spa un massage, quelque chose de bon pour leur corps, ou juste un chèque, quelque chose, là. Ouais. Fait du bien pour les infirmières, on les aime, les docteurs, les enseignants, puis l'amour, c'est aussi la compréhension, puis c'est aussi savoir notre nature, moi-même, avec mes intensités, puis j'admets moi-même que dans certaines choses, je suis comme ça, moyen, pas bon, mais dans d'autres choses, le rock'n'roll, la philosophie, l'analyse en géopolitique, je suis un excellent analyste en géopolitique, excellent, super, c'est 24 sur 24, ça. Puis bien sûr avec les études en civilisation, puis comme philosophe, je vous ai présenté ma thèse. Et pas juste ma thèse, mais la philosophie, ma théorie qui s'appelle le collectif de civilisation nord-américain, comme nous autres Québécois, aux autres, au Québec, Canada, avec les États-Unis, Mexique, on constitue un collectif de civilisation nord-américain, donc, ou un complexe de civilisation en Amérique du Nord, qui a commencé à être émergent après la Deuxième Guerre mondiale, puis maintenant, c'est émergent, ça émerge, puis qui est nouveau. C'est nouveau, c'est pas une nouvelle civilisation, c'est une nouvelle civilisation, c'est la nouvelle civilisation du 21e siècle, la civilisation nord-américaine. Avec le compromis du français qu'on a fait, et voilà, je me suis rendu pour faire de l'entraînement. Et on va faire l'entraînement 1 heure, puis on retourne. Oh, ben jusqu'au coucher du soleil, là. On va faire un couple de minutes d'entraînement physique ici, puis that's it, rock'n'roll. je vais juste faire une marche ici, puis voir où que se situe pour que ça soit mieux, que ça soit protégé, juste enlever un peu de neige dessus. Et bien sûr, je fais appel à tous et toutes à soutenir ma théorie qui s'appelle la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la théorie de l'intégration citoyenne, la théorie de la fusion démocratique par la quatrième dimension, ce qui est l'amour, pour la création de l'armée du dragon et l'armée de la déesse qui danse, l'armée de la déesse qui danse, l'armée de la déesse qui danse pour l'environnement et pour la sécurité, pour le service, pour l'Amérique du Nord, de côte à côte, d'océan en océan, à l'Est, c'est l'Atlantique, à l'Ouest, c'est le Pacifique, c'est l'île de Montréal, Québécois, Canadiens, Nord-Américains, pour la paix mondiale, citoyens du monde, pour la paix mondiale, aujourd'hui en marche, toujours pour ma soeur anonyme, la meilleure femme que je connais au monde, si je fais minute, je donne la moitié. On va faire l'entraînement physique, et oui, on va mettre ça ici, et on fait de l'entraînement physique. Ici, ça va être peut-être là-dessus. Ah ouais, c'est mieux. On va voir ça, comme ça. Hop, ah, j'ai une place parfaite. Et regarde ça, c'est parfait pour l'ordinateur, ça. Hey, found the perfect spot. And there we go. Let's go, keep it in motion. On garde ça en mouvement. Now we're gonna work out, train exercise until sunset. From right here. On va faire l'entraînement physique. Je pense que la caméra mieux placée. Ah non, je vais faire place on the better spot, which will not damage, I think, because it's less. Here, snow doesn't come, but there snow comes, and I think the best spot is right here, paradoxically, or right here. The best spot would be right here, juste ici. La meilleure place, ici, c'est quand même protégé par la neige, de la neige. Juste enlever un peu, puis on va faire l'entraînement physique ici. Oh, c'est un qui fait du bon exercice, puis j'encourage comme un citoyen qui fait du ski. I encourage you all to work out, train, exercise. Hein. On va faire du rock&roll. We're gonna go rock&roll workout. Et on va faire de l'entraînement physique juste ici. Ready? We're gonna get the backpack. Le sac à dos qui est à peu près de 44 livres. Et donc, et voilà, ici. On commence par la marche. We can start with the march and warm up and just I got the backpack, so I'm not gonna get it off. Fait qu'on peut glisser de gauche à droite, comme ça on glisse. Mais le sac à dos en ce moment, il faut bien sûr que je le protège. I gotta protect my backpack, so I'm gonna put it there. And you know it's kind of on the heavy side, and it's gotta not forget to be protected. Il faut pas que j'oublie que je dois le protéger. Fait qu'est-ce que je vais faire? C'est que je vais le protéger avec ça dessus. I'm going to put this on it because this protects it from the snow. Just going to clean it from the snow. Juste nettoyer de là. Hein? Puis je vais sortir ma bouteille d'eau parce que c'est important de s'hydrater. It's important to stay hydrated. So I got about 600 milliliters there. J'ai 600 millilitres ici. Fait que je vais juste l'enlever. Mettre ça de côté comme ça. Fait que on y va. On va faire l'entraînement, mais je vais juste mettre ça dessus. Comme ça. Et voilà. Et vu que je dois retourner chez nous, que ça fait à peu près 1h30 pour me rendre chez nous d'ici, et je vais finir l'entraînement à peu près à 4h50 ici, puis je vais m'en diriger chez nous. I'm gonna finish the workout about 4 something, and then head back to headquarters. So here we go. This is about 44. Ça veut dire 44 livres, 44 pounds and 44 livres. It's about 44, so yeah, we can keep it on the back. And I guess when we put it back and just go one, because you know that I have things in it. Vous savez que j'ai des choses dedans. I'm just gonna recap what I have in it once again. Juste récapituler qu'est-ce que j'ai dedans. Comme ça vous voyez, like that, you see. This is gonna be the workout to estimate the weight of it. So this is of course only nutrition, food security starts with our farmers. La sécurité alimentaire commence avec nos fermiers, bien sûr. Ça commence dans les fermes. Je vais voir si je trouve pas une meilleure place. Ça serait mieux où j'étais avant. Just want to see if it's not better where I was there, and I think in many ways it is better there where I was. So let's go bring it back there. I'm gonna bring it back. Je pense que c'est mieux où j'étais ici. Où j'étais ici, je pense que c'est mieux. I think that here is best though. No, then I feel it from the side though. So it's not gonna really best. What would this be the best? The best would be, I'm trying to assess, c'est de voir la meilleure place où que je filme pour pas que ça endommage mon ordinateur portable to not damage my work tool, which is this laptop. 4:10. Okay, so we got about 40 minutes then, about 44 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. But I'm thinking here, but maybe here in another way, like, is there it comes from there because it's windy, so it comes from southeast. I gotta do a little bit of maybe here then, paradoxically, maybe here like that. Would it be here? I think here then, strange ways. Maybe there, paradoxically, there's best. See, I gotta study how the snow goes. Comment la neige s'en va, bien sûr. Une fois que c'est par là que la meilleure place. So the best, I think it's, the best is there, yeah. The best is there because there's no snow, so I think the best way would be there or even close here, but it's always a little bit of a trickiness. Nonetheless, let's see. I'm not totally decided where the best place is, although maybe even here. No, here I feel the snow coming. Ici, je sens la neige qui s'en vient. Ici, mais si je la mets ici en haut, je peux pas. No, up I can't. So I see. Maybe like this then. So maybe like this then. No, not like that, because the snow is there. So maybe here, but then I gotta be outside of the house. Je dois être moi-même, filmer mieux. Ça soit ici. Ok, ça s'en vient par ici. It comes by there. Right, so if it comes by that side, the best way is, so if it goes from the, I see. Okay, I think I got it. I think this is best, like this. Je pense que c'est mieux comme ça maintenant. On est comme ça. Yeah, see? Paradoxically, I think that this is best because it traverses, it goes in the side, on the sides. Ça va sur les côtés. Yeah, I think that's best. So anyways, here's what we got in the backpack. In the backpack we got, of course, we got 3. I'm just gonna do a little bit of disinfecting with it because I forgot to disinfect them. J'ai oublié de faire le désinfectage. Puis c'est ça, c'est des produits alimentaires, donc que ça soit, tu sais, c'est des choses qu'on doit faire ici. Puis que je dois faire le désinfectage, donc pour le nettoyage de ça, puis tous ces produits-là, puis même ce produit ici que j'ai. Fait que je vais juste le désinfecter. I'm just gonna disinfect it. Of course, je vais juste faire désinfecter le produit. Et bien sûr, je vais désinfecter le produit. Donc, oh, je pense que j'ai trouvé la meilleure place. Je pense que j'ai trouvé la meilleure place pour l'ordinateur qui va être, je pense, final ici. Ça va être ici comme ça. Ça va être ici. Ça va être. Je pense que c'est la meilleure place que je puisse trouver. Je vais juste me moucher le nez un peu. I'm gonna blow my nose a little bit because they're gonna go drill it and they're gonna go overtime. We're already overtime, on est déjà en temps supplémentaire, mais c'est important de se moucher le nez. Fait que je vais me moucher le nez un peu. Blow my nose, moucher le nez. Puis ça, faut que je remette ça en place. Puis je jette pas ça ici, don't drop this here. This has to go in the garbage. Because we got flora en fond. Là. On a de la flore, puis la faune, on a des écureuils, des lapins, des éperviers. We got hawks, we got birds, we got all things. So it doesn't go here. That's why we got Public Works. Thank you, Public Works. Of course, we'll pick it up. I got one left. We're gonna put the reserves and put it back in the pocket. And this one, I'm gonna keep it to throw it and discard it, right? Discard it where, of course, it's gonna have to be discarded. And now I can rock and roll, do the cleaning. See, I got the disinfectant. I'm gonna clean all the products. Thank you for the donations. For food security starts with our farmers. Thank you all those farmers, butchers, truckers, bakers. Merci pour les dons, pour les fermiers. Puis la sécurité alimentaire commence dans les fermes. Puis tous ceux qui produisent nos aliments. Puis bien sûr qui font de l'alimentation. Puis on y va, on nettoie les mains avec ce désinfectant. On fait du nettoyage. Hein? On nettoie. Ça désinfecte, je désinfecte. Ça pour faire to do slow cooking. So this is about, I would say this is about more than 10 pounds. Put again to disinfect. It's cold. Disinfect the products. Disinfect the products. Disinfect. I put a little bit of disinfectant hand sanitizer. Ça tue les bactéries puis les germes. Ça tue les microbes. C'est du désinfectant pour les mains. Et voilà, je désinfecte avec ça. Je le mets dedans. Put it in. Ça, it's already heavier. C'est déjà plus... c'est plus lourd, heavier, lourd. En français, lourd, heavier. You get that bilingual double trouble. Let's go. Desinfect the products. On désinfecte, mes chers. Et je désinfecte encore. On désinfecte. Let's go disinfect the products and disinfect. Et voilà, ça désinfecte, ça tue les bactéries puis les germes. Desinfect, let's go. Rock&Roll disinfect. On désinfecte les produits. Like, let's say, like COVID is back. Comme si COVID, ça serait de retour. Don't go back to old habits. Let your old habits die. Leave the baggage at the door when you come out the mountain. Laissez vos bagages à la porte. Citoyenne. Laissez vos bagages à la porte. Leave your baggage at the door, please. And we go. There we go on the slide. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 6. Et voilà. There we go. We got that. And now we gotta put the gloves and get ready to rock and roll. On met les gants parce que les mains fait froid. It's cold, chilly. It is -7, so get those gloves on. Close the bag. Let's go rock and roll. World War III drills. Yeah, the Troisième Guerre mondiale. Citoyen. Mobilization of citizenry, emergency situational awareness, workout, train, exercise, invest in the body. On investit dans le corps. Puis voilà, there you go. You get that disinfectant. Whoop, we got the disinfectant. On a le désinfectant. We got that. Disinfectant, got that disinfectant. Let's go left, right. We got that disinfectant, and we love left and right, black and white with a rainbow. We love it black and white with a rainbow. On aime ça noir et blanc avec l'arc-en-ciel. On aime ça noir et blanc avec l'arc-en-ciel. And for the workout training program, let's go rock and roll on the drill. And we go for the side, and we go to the side. And we lift. And we gotta put this, because this is gonna protect. Ça va protéger, bien sûr. Ça va protéger. It's gonna protect. Now let's go. Get ready. We're gonna work out with this backpack. Put it on, and put it on, and put it off, and put it on. And we're gonna put it on. Let's go. Oh man, put it on. Let's go. There we go. Put it on. On disinfect. We disinfect. We put it on. Disinfect. And now we lift. Let's go. Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. Lift it up. And there we go, we rock and roll on the, keep it up, and we go. Let's go, rock and roll, slide to left and right. On glisse, de la gauche puis de la droite. We slide it left and right. On glisse, de la gauche puis de la droite. And let's go hawk. H-A-W-K, hawk. H-A-W-K, hawk. H-A-W-K, hawk. On the toes, we go. We keep it in motion, you know the drill, on garde. Sans mouvement, vous connaissez le drill. Let's go. Keep it on the motion, twist those hips. Left and right, just like this. Slide left and right. On glisse de la gauche, puis de la droite, puis on avance, puis on recule, we slide. Left and right, we slide. And let's go helicopter. Helicopter chopper. Helicopter chopper, let's go. Bring it low, LOW, on descend puis on monte. Et des accroupissements, let's go, give me some squats. Give me those SQATS, give me those. SQATS, dropping down and low we go, and up and high, up on the road. On descend, bas, bien haut pour les fermiers, les camionneurs. Let's go, l'entraînement physique. Hey, Special General War Integrated Body Training System. Un entraînement spécial. Aujourd'hui, on garde ça en mouvement, you know how it is. We keep it in motion, slide left, slide right. Get ready, we're gonna do some push-ups in the snow. On glisse de la gauche puis de la droite, puis on va faire des pompes. On va faire des pompes, puis on descend. Oh. Est-ce qu'il y a qui font de l'entraînement physique? Salutations. Make an effort to go on those skis. That's working out, training, exercising. Saluting my fellow citizens on the ski. Qui font du ski. Ça fait du bien. On fait de l'entraînement physique. On investit dans le corps. We invest in the body, we gotta stay fit. We invest in the body, we gotta stay fit. And let's go, bring it for those hawks. HAWK all the way. Les éperviers se lancent. Comme un faucon dans les airs, launch. HAWK, on lance comme un épervier dans les airs. On lance, let's go Wall Street, give some charity away. La bourse, si vous faites 1 million, donnez 10% d'1 million, c'est 100 000. 25 000 pour la sécurité alimentaire, 25 000 pour le sport au féminin, 25 000 pour le sport au féminin, la sécurité alimentaire qui commence. Avec les fermiers, let's go, on glisse de gauche à droite, throw some punches here and there, left and right. Support Dragon vs. Storm, Dragon vs. Spirit, de la gauche à droite. Soutenez votre dragon arc-en-ciel. Let's go left and right. We slide, HAD for that 93. And there we go. We go on the road. We keep it on the left and right, de la gauche puis de la droite. On y va, on glisse. On glisse comme si on fait du ski, mais on s'imagine. We use that imagination workout. Train and exercise, let's go. Give me some of that good body. B-O-D-Y, l'entraînement physique. Les pompes, ah oui, let's go with some vigor. Avec énergie, un peu. On boit pas trop de café, on se nettoie les mains en public, s'il vous plaît, l'hygiène en public. Please, public hygiene. Increasing it. Sharing, millionaires, billionaires. Give some charity. Les millionnaires, milliardaires. Give some charity. And let's go left, right. Twist those hips. Left and right, and twist those hips. On tourne, tourne, tourne. Puis on y va, on tourne. Les hanches. De gauche, la droite, tourne les... That's good. And let's go, twist those hips. Left or right, let's go, keep it fitness. L'entraînement physique, on bouge les hanches, keep those knees, keep it twisted, twisty. On tourne les hanches de gauche à droite, keep it up, keep it in fire, let's go. Workout, train, exercise, workout, train, exercise. Workout, train, exercise. De l'exercice physique, on y va. Twist it up and down. Oh yeah, that feels good. Ça fait du bien, keep it in motion, on garde ça en mouvement. Always good to be working out, training and exercising, toujours bien. De faire de l'exercice physique. Régulièrement, l'exercice physique est essentiellement médecine et thérapie de choix. Let's go, give me some waves. Give me some waves. Go left and right. Donnez-moi des... Yeah. Comme la rivière. Faites-moi une rivière. Let's go. Keep it up. Give me some squats. You know we do squats. Overtime, every time. Workout with the dragon. En temps supplémentaire à chaque fois sur la montagne. On the mountain. Hey, somebody hug for me. I need a hug right now. Somebody hug for me. Moi aussi, j'ai besoin d'un gros câlin, mais vous savez quoi? Donnez-vous des câlins 2 fois, 3 fois à ma place. Délavage de pieds avec ça, some feet washing with that. Let's go with some squats. Let's go, leaders of the free world, blah, blah. NATO, NATO, NATO. Already put in more workout marching steps than all the generals of NATO today. J'ai déjà mis plus de pas de marche, ça va de cap d'acier qu'elle est. Généraux de l'état du monde est libre. On glisse, puis on glisse de gauche à droite. We slide left and right. On glisse de la gauche puis de la droite. Puis on bouge de la droite puis de la gauche. Puis on bouge de la droite puis de la gauche. Puis on bouge. Let's go. Kick those knees up to the waist for no food waste. Kick those knees up to the waist for no food waste. Kick those knees up to the waist for no food waste. Et on glisse de la gauche puis de la droite. And we gotta give those hawks. H-A-W-K. On the toes we go, fly high all the way to the satellites. On se lance comme un aigle, comme un épervier dans les airs en tournant la tête de gauche à droite. Et sur les orteils comme un balai la danse. Pas le nettoyage avec un balai, l'outil de nettoyage, le balai, le B-A-L-L-E-T, comme la danse, s'il vous plaît. Et bien sûr, comme un épervier, comme un faucon dans les airs. On s'élance, lance jusqu'au ciel, la belle promesse. Pour les satellites, jusqu'au satellite. Ah, ça fait du bien. Ah, that feels good. Ah, that's a good workout. Overtime, every time. Up to the sunset. Until you're not going to be able to see me no more, but now we're going to go work out, train, exercise. And here we are. Do some more push-ups, some more squats. No SQATS. Bring it low, 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 LOW. On descend puis on monte. Et pour les pompiers, les infirmières. For the nurses, for the doctors, for the butchers. World Peace, Special March, go, science, go. Workout dedicated to science pour la science. I just saw that. Of course, saw that NASA. It's go, NASA, go. Pour le NASA, on a envoyé une autre, dans l'espace, une autre fusée. Puis c'était pour la première fois dans 50 ans. It was the first time in 50 years. First time in 50 years. First time in 50 years trying to go to the moon again. And part of Project Artemis. Thank you for naming it after a goddess, blah, blah, blah. Le projet Artemis. Merci pour avoir remercié pour avoir fait pour une déesse, bien sûr. Puis we go on the roads. And we keep it on the roads. We go to the left, to the right, to the left, and to the right. On garde de la droite, puis de la gauche. We go. Slide left, slide right. De la gauche, puis de la droite. And slide, and left, and right, and left. On y va. De la gauche, puis de la droite. On va. De la gauche, puis de la droite. On y va. From the left, and to the right. I'm from the right and to the left. I'm from the left and to the right. I'm from the right and to the left. We go sliding left and right. On glisse de la gauche puis de la droite. Et regarde, comme un épervier, on se lance. Et pour ceux qui font du ski, on y va, on vole dans les airs comme un faucon. Like a falcon, like a hawk, H-A-W-K. And we slip and slide. We slide, we advance. On glisse, on avance. On glisse, puis on avance. On recule, puis on avance. On recule, puis on avance. We slip and we slide. We slide and we crouch. A bit crouch, juste un peu. Comme ça, puis on glisse. Ça fait toujours du bien. Super important is now I'm already in the workout for a while. Super important to stay hydrated. Super important to stay hydrated. Faire de l'hydratation. Donc, mes chers, on garde ça en mouvement et on boit de l'eau. We gotta drink the water. Faut qu'on boit de l'eau. Yeah. left and right, and de la gauche puis de la droite, on s'hydrate. Slide, left and right, twist those hips, twist those hips. On y va. De la gauche puis de la droite. The water's a bit icy. I'm cold, but I'm gonna sip it slow. Not gonna drink it all for my. It's better to just sip it now. But I will drink it all. Mais je vais toute la boire parce que. Left or right? Left or right, de la gauche puis de la droite. De la gauche puis de la droite. Oh, on glisse. On glisse de la gauche puis de la droite. We slide. Left or right, we slide. Left or right. Ah, feels good. Let's go. Slide, slide, slide. On glisse. On glisse. On glisse, on glisse. Hey, félicitations. Font de ski. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Good. Those who did the skiing, very good. And I always like to see people come to the mountain to work out, to do ski. J'aime savoir les gens qui vont à la montagne, qui viennent à la montagne pour faire du ski. C'est toujours bon, ça fait toujours plaisir. Puis je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique et comme quelque chose. All my fellow North Americans and allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, legions. I encourage you all to work out, to train, to exercise. Now let's go. Ah, the old squats, squats, squats. Oh yeah, feels good. C'est bien ça. C'est bien ça. On glisse. Et on y va. On glisse de la gauche à droite. Slide left and right. On s'hydrate, hydrate, on s'hydrate, hydrate, on s'hydrate, hydrate. Left, right, de la gauche puis de la droite. Left, right, de la gauche puis de la droite. Left, right, de la gauche puis de la droite. Left, right, de la gauche puis de la droite. Left, right, de la gauche puis de la droite. Left, right, de la gauche puis de la droite. Left, right, de la gauche, left and right, de la gauche puis de la droite. we go. Drag the water. Puis l'eau. On s'est hydraté bien comme il le faut. We hydrated just like we were. We put back and I'm gonna move a little bit because the cameras are not being able to captivate anymore. I mean, I'm in the dark, you don't know me. Well, bientôt de toute manière, I will put the backpack back on. Now that it's covered, I gotta protect it. This is about between 44 pounds and 66 pounds. Between 44 pounds and 66 pounds. So, c'est 44, puis minimum 44, maximum 66. I just gotta make sure it's very well. So keep in mind that from here to my place, it's the route that I'm gonna take is about an hour and a half, and about 11 kilometers. Ils vont en tête que d'ici jusqu'à chez nous, c'est encore à peu près 1h30. Fait que j'ai encore quand même une distance à faire. Peut-être pas 1h30, mais peut-être 1h15. Puis, bien sûr, c'est important. C'est important, it's important to work out and exercise. Here we are. Et voilà, on est ici. On va finir l'entraînement ici avec le sac à dos. Let's go. Finishing the workout here with some squats, des accroupissements, and the backpack on. A little bit of a puff. Make sure it's closely tight. I got something underneath, so I'm good. Not that cold, although it's a bit on the chilly side today, même si aujourd'hui quand même il fait froid. Let's go, Hawks. On the toes we go, fly high. On s'élance vers le ciel. Let's go. Hands up, H-A-W-K, like a falcon, like a hawk, like a bird. Crow, I love crows, I love doves, but hawk, H-A-W-K is my favorite. C'est l'épervier, le faucon, j'aime ça les aigles, puis les corbeaux. Et les pigeons aussi, mais on lance. Et on tourne de gauche à droite, puis on avance. We go back in and out. And let's do a little bit of a jog here in the snow. Let's go jogging down la neige. Begin a little bit jogging in the snow. Let's go. A bit jogging in the snow. Bit of jogging down la neige. Et de gauche à droite, slide. Right, we got to slide left and right. We got the backpack. And we drop it down, we drop it L-O-W. Oh. Et va, on descend, puis on fait des accroupissements. C'est pas la même chose avec ça dans le dos, mais it's added heaviness, added dimension of it's tougher. Plus dur avec ça dans le dos, parce que vous avez vu qu'est-ce que j'ai en arrière. You saw what I got in the backpack, so that's the God. That's XYZ, Rainbow Dragon, le dragon arc-en-ciel, overtime, every time, let's go, rock and roll, H-A-W-K, launch the rocket all the way to the space. On lance vers l'espace et du ciel. On lance puis on descend. Et we keep it in motion, on garde ça en mouvement. Et puis on dit, let's go. A little bit of jogging in the snow. Let's go do some jogging in the snow. Dragon Army, here we go. Let's go do some jogging in the snow. Dragon Army, here we go. Let's go jogging in the snow. Dragon Army, here we go. Let's go jogging in the snow. Dragon Army, here we go. On fait du jogging dans la neige pour l'armée du dragon en arc-en-ciel. On fait du jogging dans la neige pour l'armée du dragon en arc-en-ciel. On fait du jogging dans la neige pour le dragon en arc-en-ciel. Let's go. Hawk. And down we go, SQ-ATS, squats. Advance want to see squats, SQ-ATS, bring it low, up and down. Let's go, train that booty and that peach, on fait l'entraînement. Des fesses puis des jambes. On descend d'eau en bas, we drive it up and down. On descend d'eau en bas, We drive it up and down. We go up in the sound. Pour le son du don, puis les satellites tabulaires. Collectif de Civilisation Americain for North America, for the farmers. For science today, pour la science aujourd'hui. Celebrating that science and in the parallel life. In the parallel life, I'm a super scientist. I build satellites, supercomputers, ICBM rockets, and gadgets dans une vie parallèle. Je suis un super scientifique, je construis des satellites, des choses de radio, télécommunication, des micropuces, puis des super ordinateurs, tout ce qu'il y a à faire avec la science dans une vie parallèle. Je sais, dans cette vie, je suis un artiste athlète indépendant. In this life, I'm an independent ASP artist and athlete, philosopher, 24/7, geopolitical analysis in the lair of the dragon, and rock and roll 24/7 for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, pour les fermiers, pour ceux qui travaillent sur la camionneur. All the firefighters, love you firefighters, love you nurses, love you doctors, big loving. To the truckers, to those cooking now, bakers, butchers, pour les bouchers dans les boucheries, amour, santé pour les camionneurs, pour les infirmières, pour tous ceux qui travaillent dans le déneigement de la ville, le travail public qui change nos aqueducs. Hey, public workers, let's go. Rock and roll 24/7, 24 sur 24. Et on glisse de gauche à droite. Et Hawk, H-A-W-K, Hawk des éperviers. And H-A-W-K, Hawk des éperviers, on s'élance vers l'espace dans les airs. We launch H-A-W-K. Go, on the toes we go. On s'élance, on tourne la tête de gauche à droite, turn that. Hawk head east, west, north, south. Let's go, Dragon Army workout. We work out overtime, every time. On fait de l'entraînement physique en temps supplémentaire. À chaque fois, tous les fois méchant, là, puis juste bouger un peu parce que il y a quand même de la neige, fait que je veux pas endommager bien sûr mon ordinateur portable, ce qui est bien sûr mon outil de travail. Ça c'est mon outil de travail, fait que passez voir si j'ai une meilleure place, meilleure position pour faire de l'entraînement physique. Peut-être ici, qu'est-ce qu'on dit? Ici peut-être. Maybe there, yeah. Peut-être là comme ça. Maybe here, finishing up here. I'm just doing a little bit. Let's go jog. On court. Let's go finish it with some jog. What time it is? It's time for you to start your fitness journey. Today, your fitness journey starts. Votre session d'entraînement physique commence dès aujourd'hui. It's 4:44. Let's go 10 more minutes. Il est 4h44. Hey, salut. Hey, mais qui font du ski sur le Mont-Royal, mes citoyens qui font du ski. Je voulais pas crier un peu trop, mais just didn't want to be so loud. Sorry, sorry guys. Excusez-moi, je voulais pas crier ici comme ça dans la montagne, mais I'm a bit excited when I work out. I'm always excited. Je suis toujours excité quand je fais l'entraînement physique. Je me sens bien. I feel good, hey? I always feel good when I work out. I can't... It's quantified, but it's my joy with vigor. C'est ma joie avec vigueur. Puis ça me rend toujours plaisir de voir d'autres citoyens qui sont venus sur la tempête de neige, puis ils font du ski. Welcome myself, fellow citizens who, like myself, you know, do skiing and work out in the snow. Because we Quebecers, we dance in the snow. Et dans la neige, Québécois, on danse. Oui, dans la neige, hey. Québécois, on danse dans la neige, même hiver, hey. Let's go, keep it in motion, rock and roll. Et c'est la tempête de neige québécoise, ce 9 janvier sur la montagne, votre dragon en arc-en-ciel de bouchon. Québécois, on danse même dans la neige, 24 sur 24, n'est-ce pas? À la danse, je vous invite, votre dragon en arc-en-ciel qui adore les fous de rouge, comme de la force de l'île. Quand les mains dans les airs pour la renaissance, avec le bébé blanc, le rouge, ça peut danser, l'arc-en-ciel de l'écorbeau noir dans les planches. Et ça chante comme Céline, la belle de sa colline. On danse même dans la neige québécoise l'hiver. L'hiver, on danse même dans la neige, puis on danse, puis on chante, puis regarde. Qui danse comme une ombre, qui danse dans sombre, qui danse avec la lumière, puis la tempête. La lumière, hey, c'est la maison du Mont-Royal, où je suis, ma maison deuxième. Hey, ah ouais, pour la danse, la belle province, québécoise, une autre chanson. Avec du vin, puis du jambon, avec du vin, puis du thon, avec un nouveau son. Sur le Mont-Royal, je vous danse, regarde qui chante, qui danse des vins dans les airs. Hey, québécoise, on danse dans la neige, même l'hiver. Hey. Même l'hiver, on danse dans la neige. Hey, c'est la tempête qui s'en vient. Regarde, s'il vous plaît, dans un public qui déneige. Ben oui, dans un public qui déneige. Nous autres, on danse même dans la neige l'hiver. Nous autres, on danse dans la neige l'hiver. N'est-ce pas, j'espère, l'espoir sans cesse que ça soit une soupe avec des courges. On chante un peu du rock-and-roll du 21e siècle, les satellites, j'en ai besoin moi aussi, il va de l'eau bénite, une bière à place. Va de l'eau bénite, une bière à place, 24 sur 24. Du rock-and-roll, ça chante, du bon, dans l'arc-en-ciel, du bon jambon du thon. Pour les fermiers, pour les courges, merci, voyons. And now some good French rock-and-roll. Now we're gonna in English. Yeah, you know that snowstorm on the Montreal Dragon Rainbow dancing. And that's singing because Canadians, we dancing even in the snow. I said Canadians in the north, we dance even in the snow. Hey, we dancing even in the snow with the Rainbow Dragon. You know, let's go with the maple leaf and the maple syrup. Yeah, give me some hockey, give me some skates, give me some loving. Give me some hugs and give me some satellites. You know that, but there's always a building. We can build it with the builders, coast to coast, we live it. Coast to coast, we live it. Yeah, do some push-ups, do some hugging for the north. Up in Canada, you know we dance in the snow. You know that is a snowstorm, we don't mind it, here we go. On the cold, on the ski, on the cold, on the sea, on the cold, on the sea. Hey, we got the season, we got the rock and roll from the dragon. Layer from the rainbow to the storm, from the storm to the store. For the bakers and the butchers and the nurses and the doctors, coast to coast. For the nurses and the butchers and the truckers and the nurses and the doctors and the cooks and coast to coast. And the nurses and the doctors and the cooks. Coast to coast and the cooks and the butchers and the bakers and those maple syrup makers making us some wine. We got it all up in the Canada. Even wine to be let go. Even skiers love the citizens. Even skiers love the citizens. Well, we sing it and we dance it up in the storm, in the snow. We love it, rock and roll. Up in the steel toes, you know, I love that red. For the butchers and the bakers and the nurses, give them a hug. Give them some love and give them some trust. And for the truckers and the bakers and the citizens, we got it. We got it, rock and roll, we have it. For the rock and roll, from coast to coast, Atlantic. To the Pacific, all the way, we rock and roll up in the way. We gotta rock and roll up in the sleigh. We gotta rock and roll up in the day. We gotta rock and roll up in the hay. We gotta rock and roll up in the day. We gotta rock and roll up and we pray. Rock and roll up and we slay. Rock and roll up in the day. Rock and roll it every day. Hey, that was some nice rock and roll. Way to finish my workout with bilingual rock and roll. C'était bon que je finisse mon entraînement physique avec le rock and roll. Then we're gonna do a third bilingual. Hey, la tempête de neige, that snowstorm. We're gonna work out, train, exercise every day. We are at the mountain working out, training, exercising. Today for science, today for science, today for science. Aujourd'hui, pour la science, vous voyez que je bouge de gauche à droite. And encouraging you all to work out, train, exercise. I have great fitness day today. God forgive me for every day since I almost died of COVID. I did die of COVID. I'm being reborn. Nothing that I want to go back to live for today, we'll hope for tomorrow. Et que je suis mort de la COVID, ça fait bientôt 4 ans, puis je vis à 40e mois de l'entourage de l'entraînement physique et puis l'entraînement physique avec l'hygiène en public. Please increase in public hygiene, I'm not perfect, far from it. I encourage you all to work out and exercise on the regular, taking butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, farmers, all those grocery store clerks, truckers. Salute to the farmers and the butchers and the firefighters, on salue les pompiers there. Bouchers dans les boucheries, les fermiers pour les courses, merci. Pour les camionneurs, pour les travailleurs publics qui vont faire le déneigement. For those who are gonna do the snow removal today, special march dedicated for science, but not only pour la science physique, pour la science, mais pas juste, not only for science, but for the butchers, bakers, and the greatest woman I know, my name is Marche anonyme, pour les fermiers, les pompiers aussi, mais pour la science, pour l'exploration de l'espace, for science exploration. Go NASA, go Artemis, Artemis go. Concernant la lune après 50 ans, to go again on the moon. After 50 years, and I am on the mountain. But I'm getting back to my lair. Love and health, love your moon. Now we're gonna rock and roll and time to head back to the headquarters. We're gonna finish up, wrap up this workout. On va finir ce entraînement physique. We're gonna wrap it up. And we're gonna do another workout and see a little bit with it and gotta get it on the go. Here we go. And we got it. Gonna do some photos here. Take some photos. Saluting our first responders. First responders. Les répondants maintenant, j'entends les ambulances puis les pompiers. Salutations. Thank you for the service, merci. If anybody wants hugs, hugs I got. Kisses with it, tickles. Si quelqu'un veut des câlins, des bisous puis des chatouilles, j'en ai, mais d'autres choses, j'en ai pas. Puis let's go finishing up some drills with some squats and some hawks. And gonna wrap it up, load it up, and ready to rock and roll. Let's go. 3 more minutes. On the toes we go. Turn your heads left and right. And let's go. Twist those hips. Helicopter chopper. Just by that sunset. And I have to drill it back. Avant ça, il y a de retour. Puis, non, je suis en train de retourner chez nous. Gonna bring it back to headquarters. Je retourne chez nous after a good workout for science, pour la science aujourd'hui. Let's go more squats. Les accroupissements. And we're gonna finish up. March a minute and stretch. And we're gonna finish up with some push-ups, des pompes. On va finir avec des pompes. On va faire une bonne finition. Is a good way to finish with push-ups. Always good to finish with push-ups. Let's go tick-tock on the clock. L'horloge, toc-toc. Clock, clock, clock. Hey, on y va. Let's go, bring it low. Push-ups, des pompes. Ah, that feels so good. Ça a bien fini. Ça fait du bien. And there we go. That's a good workout. Oh, oh yeah, time to put an end to the workout because I gotta head back and movie night.